Alrighty, I think we're live. Are we live for real? Well, just do a quick audio test. So, for all of you lovely people who are already in the chat, can you just give me a quick feedback? Do you hear me well? Is everything looking and sounding stable? And I think I will have to change the background lighting a bit because I think I'm completely blurred out by the lovely lamp in the background. Looks really nice in real life, but I think the webcam is not handling that light source extremely well. Yeah, so we'll just see if everything is sorted out, if everything is working as intended. I've seen a few people in the chat already, a few comments. Margin Woman says loud and clear. That is lovely, and I'm so glad you've been able to join us immediately. That's lovely to see. I know you're quite busy today, but I appreciate it. Okay, people, so we're back. We're back. We're live again, and there's Hentra as well in the chat. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wonderful. I made a few changes, but I will talk about that in a second. First off, yeah, thanks for joining me again. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute, I think. Honestly, I don't remember the exact date that the last stream was. But I can check. It's 7 months ago. 7 months. That's insane. Okay, so 7 months. The last time we streamed. Honestly, it feels a bit longer, but the last time, the last months I've been busy. There's a lot of stuff been going on, but I really wanted to get back to streaming as soon as possible. And I had a few videos out. I wanted to keep the videos rolling, and finally we are back. And I wanted to reintroduce the whole streaming thing here with a banger. And I was thinking, you know what? In the last couple of CMC sessions, we were brainstorming what kind of challenges can we still do in the game that might be fun, without using mods or tools to alter the game altogether, which we've already done as well. And someone suggested, hey, why don't you do a dinosaur-only run? A nice little pun on the channel name, on my name. And of course, I had already thought about that, but there's a bit of a problem when we do a dinosaur-only run. And I will tell you in detail why in a hot minute, but first off, wait a minute, who's all in the chat? So I see a few channel names. I've seen Emil Buratovic, welcome back, so glad to see you here. Felix Zonta, glad you've been able to make it. I see Reese, Ian Nacone, 8074. Hey, I watched all your videos, my current game, I'll try to be at least there. So if you're here with us, I really appreciate it. If not, maybe you can check out the stream later on. Really appreciate all of you in the chat and in the live stream as well. So what are we going to do today? I'm just trying to kind of keep my thoughts together. We will do a challenge of the lovely game Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum, and you're hearing the OST right now in the background. If the music is too loud or too quiet, then make sure to tell me in the chat. I can still adjust the volumes. And yeah, without saying too much, why don't we get into the game? So, let's just see if the software picks it up. It doesn't. That's interesting. But I think we can change that real quick. Oh. Okay, it's not working yet. How about now? Huh. Okay, this is interesting. The game is not showing. I checked everything beforehand because I didn't want any technical difficulties, and now we can't see the game. That is interesting. Oh, now we got it. Okay, we got it, people. Okay, so what the hell has been going on? How are we going to approach this challenge, and what's so special about it? The problem with this challenge is, and the game is intentionally running in slow-mo here, the problem with this challenge is there's not a lot of dinosaur monsters in this game at all. So what we're going to do in order to kind of try to fix that is we will introduce a few rules that will kind of... How should I explain? How to explain it best? So in Yu-Gi-Oh! CMC, there are unused monsters. There's an amount of monsters that are in the game, but they didn't make it to the full release, right? So I think there's a lot of them, but One of them is a dinosaur type, and it's one of 5 dinosaur monsters in the entire game. That's that few. I think it's the third the third least represented type in the game. So my initial thought was, when we do this dinosaur challenge, what we can do is we can use Torike. You all know Torike, right? The one little. Oh, let me just quickly show this here. Because I need to explain my train of thought here, because it's really funny. I thought about multiple variations how we could possibly do this. How we could do... wait a minute. How we could pull off a dinosaur-only run, and it's a bit complicated, to say the least. Still trying to sort out a few technical differences. So, real quick note on the stream. I'm using different plugins. I hope my microphone should sound way better than it did during previous streams, like significantly. I hope that's the case. If something sounds off, make sure to tell me there as well. But it should work out, I hope. What else is different? I'm streaming in a high resolution, at least that's how I set it up, and I think it is also working 1440, so if you want a bit more crisp gameplay, you can definitely turn on the quality there. But what I wanted to show you is really important. There's a lovely little monster called Torike in this game. Let me see if I can show this right here. That's not what I wanted to show. Wait a minute. I have to put it in full. It's still not. Okay, now. That was just the stream statistics. So we have a monster in this game that's called Torike. And for basically my entire life of playing this game, I was convinced that this is a dinosaur. Look at it. Like, please just look at it for a second. You see this? How is this not a dinosaur? It's a beast type. Rex Raptor, the lovely little fella from the thumbnail, is playing this guy in his deck, in his lineup. I don't know. To me, I always thought this is a dinosaur, so I was flabbergasted when I found out it's not, and that ruined a lot of possibilities that I had cooked up in order to do a dinosaur-only run. So, because of this, there is a significant problem in a challenge run like this. There are no dinosaurs that we can start the game with. Not a single one. Not, like, 0. And I will show you the other dinosaurs as we go through the game, but my lovely friend Margin Wamu, who's also here with us, who's joined us, thankfully, in the chat here as well already. Let me just quickly... I have to move my chat back into the OBS box. I'm kind of... It's... How do I do that? Jeez. I changed my setup a little bit. So forgive me the initial technical difficulties, but it was obvious that not everything is going to go perfect, right? I think that's pretty obvious anytime we do something like this. So my lovely friend Margin Wamu, who broke this game apart in terms of modding and creating the randomizer and modding tool for it, was nice enough that when I asked him, hey, is there any possibility that you make me a version of the game where I can actually get that unused dinosaur monster to start the game out with it? And suffice to say, that man is brilliant, so he cooked up something very quickly that allows us to do exactly this. So let's just boot up the game again. And I will put it in slow-mo once more. Simply for the fact that there's a little message at the start of the game that I don't want any of us to miss. Now we just need to kind of see that. Okay, it's booting. Look at this. Hey everyone, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Welcome to the Dinosaur challenge mod, blah blah blah, memory card, blah blah, card game. Isn't this lovely? Dude, and that was exactly enough time to read it. So, huge thanks to Margin Wamu for making this possible. Otherwise, I don't really know what I would have done. I would have looked for other ways to get the unobtainable monsters, and God knows how long that would have taken. So, due to him and the insanely fast help I received, or rather the custom patched version of this game, we can do this now. So huge thanks to Margin Wamu, big shout out, and from what I heard, there's a lot of interesting spicy stuff regarding Capsule Monster Coliseum in the works from himself and one of his colleagues, or even multiple ones, I don't remember. So I think In the future, there will be interesting things happening for this game, but right now, we have a goal. We have a goal. We will beat Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum only using dinosaurs. So how is that going to look? What are the rules here? The rules are as follows. We can only use monsters that are categorized in-game as dinosaur type. Those are the rules. Wait a second. Can I? Yeah, we're going to do it at double speed again. So in order to do this, we got this patch. And this patch here changes one significant thing. It changes the Earth starting kit in the game. So for those of you who might not be familiar, what the hell am I even talking about here? This game we're playing is a PS2 spin-off game. And what this game does essentially is it combines Yu-Gi-Oh! With some very, I would say, rather basic elements of turn-based strategy, a little bit like chess, or like a lot of people compare it to Fire Emblem. I've seen that comparison being made a lot. Personally, I never played Fire Emblem myself, but it's probably similar. And usually how we categorize monsters in this game is by 8 attributes that our dear Grandpa Muto will explain in a minute. But because sorting monsters like that is how the game intends you to play it, when you do that and follow these like rules that the game sets up, you can basically not lose. Once you get a hang of it, the game becomes very, very easy, very simple to beat. And we've been looking for additional ways of making it more difficult for us, essentially. So there are also types in this game, and these types are completely... Where the hell is like the... For my German-speaking friends, how the hell do you say Bindestrich in English? I think I'm just a bit dumb from streaming, I'm a bit nervous after a long while, so I have no idea. Like the little thing that I have in my username. Don't tell me it's not here. It seems like it's actually not here, isn't it? Wow. Okay, doesn't matter. So I will follow that lovely little intro message, and this is how our run is going to be called. So we will purchase a starting kit. Grandpa will explain these attributes to us. There's 8 attributes in this game, and they follow a slightly more complex system of rock, paper, scissors. There's 2 systems with 4 elements each, and they basically have advantages and disadvantages. And the game has this as the basis for a lot of gameplay interactions and balance. And the cool thing is, most dinosaurs in this game are Earth type, so we can pick Earth as our element, and it will power up basically all of our pieces accordingly. Almost all of them. The problem though is, as I said, there's not a lot of dinosaurs at all. So with the starting kit that Marjin created for us, here it is, the Earth kit. The Dino deck. This deck will rock you. It's so hot. Better keep your pee-pee in your pants. Lovely, lovely Marjin. That's just great to see. We will purchase this starting kit because now, instead of the usual monsters that we would have in the Earth starting kits, we will have something else, and I want to show you what exactly that is. We'll go here and manage our monsters. And as I'm saying this, I'm realizing now that I don't even see the chat. So wait a second. How am I going to set this up? How am I going to set this up? It's not possible like this, is it? That would be a shame. That would be a shame. Truly, but... Okay, let me just quickly get a hang of this. I can have... Okay, now I see the chat. Okay, I missed quite a few messages, so let me just take a quick moment to do this. Always sounded good to me, but maybe I'm deaf. I don't know. It depends on the device you're listening to, but I noticed the quality when I watch back my streams. They were not completely ass, but they were pretty bad. For someone who has professional equipment at home, actually completely embarrassing. So now what I've done, for those of you who might be interested into the technical side of things, I have my usual setup of my microphone running into my digital audio workstation. I'm using Reaper. You can use like Ableton or whatever. And there's plugins that feed the output of that program, of that DAW, back into OBS. It's a little bit complicated how to set this up. It doesn't take long. It's just you have to understand a few things and I have to Google a bit. But now I can use the plugins and the settings I have in my recording software directly feeding my typical recording audio for my videos right into the stream right now. And that sounds way better than the plugins and the settings that I had within OBS. So definitely wanted to kind of return with a little bit higher quality. There's Zuarian in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Hi, I thought his eye was his mouth and he had tiny hidden eyes. Haven't looked at the art outside the game. Wait. You mean Torak? Wait a second. His mouth and he had... His eye was his mouth. Okay, wait a second. I'm looking at the picture. Let me just quickly. Okay, you thought that's... This is the mouth? And like here somewhere he has like tiny little eyes. So is that... I think it's one of these instances where if you don't see it immediately, you have a hard time seeing like the other version of it, but I have no clue how you'd think this is the mouth. Although now that I'm... Wait a minute, if I make it a bit smaller... I mean, on a shitty TV 20 years ago, I figure I probably would have thought the same. I honestly don't remember. I have no idea. There's Benu547. It is dinosaur shaped, Rect users one, so it must be... I thought that, and honestly, one of the ideas I had for this run was... because that's the other tool that Majin released publicly on GitHub, which is absolutely amazing. Check that out. I have to put that in the description, actually. You can change properties of monsters in the game. So I could have changed Toraik to a dinosaur type. However, that felt a lot like cheating. So instead, I begged the developer to make me a custom patch where I can actually cheat in monsters you can't obtain otherwise in the game. Yeah, so you see where I'm going with this. But that was an idea. Turn Toraik into dinosaur type for the lols and then actually have the possibility to play the game like this. The problem with that is that would kind of break things a little bit, or it would require additional rules, because there's quite a few Toraiks in the campaign. Like, who plays Toraik? Mako plays Toraik, Rex plays Toraik, and I think someone in Area 3 also. Like, does Odeon play Toraik? I don't remember. I think he does. He might be. Maybe I'm misremembering. But there's quite a few of them. So if we get 2 from the Earth starter kit, which is usually what you would get, we'd have 5 Toraiks by Area 3. And since we are actually using the Earth symbol, it would power up Earth monsters a lot, so we'd have at least 5 pretty strong monsters by that point, and I don't think that would really make for an interesting challenge. So we're not doing that. There's a Reikler B8U. I'm sorry, I don't know if that's your actual username that was usually on display. If you are a returning viewer, then welcome back. Because you're saying, yo, Dino, my goat, so it seems like I'm seeing a different username for you. So if you're usually known under someone else, then make sure to tell me because I don't see it, but I'm glad you're here. So that's all that matters. Welcome to the stream. All of a sudden, nice to see so many familiar faces in chat. I'm at the gym, so I'm hoping to... Oh, that's nice, dude. I was at the gym today. So I already have that behind me, but I'm quite caffeinated, and I'll keep that going because even though it's already past 8 in my local time, I definitely want to do a nice little stream. A couple of hours of Yu-Gi-Oh! Fun. There's Subman, there's... again, I'm seeing a different... I'm seeing like Boss H355. I'm seeing that username, so I know this is a returning viewer, but I'm not sure. So welcome back. But I don't know why I'm seeing different names here. I think it's because of the live chat from YouTube. Wait a minute, maybe I can actually... Can I change this somehow? It doesn't seem like it. I'm new in the stream, but I watch all the videos. Okay, that's amazing to hear. So thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. More videos are coming very soon, by the way, so you can definitely be hyped for that. Would dragons count? They're fire-breathing dinosaurs. No, there's too many too good dragons, so we're not doing dragons. But it would be too easy. I can't make these challenges too easy. Otherwise, it wouldn't really work. Alrighty, now I think now that I'm caught up, let's get back into the game. So what you're seeing here, that's the crazy part about this. What you're seeing here is one of the unused monsters. If you played this game only legitimately on a regular copy, you've never seen this capsule. And isn't there like 80 of them or something? Or like at least a few dozen? Quite a lot. And this monster is untouched except for one stat, because Margin changed, and Margin, if I'm referring to as Margin because I don't know, that's kind of what I've gotten used to. If you prefer Wamu or something, then make sure to tell me. By now it would definitely be time, so I'm not misnaming you. But what Margin did here is he changed the the plus AP value of this monster, because some of the unused monsters were obviously not fully designed yet. So all the other stats were done. Like we have a moving pattern, attack pattern, everything fits like the stereotype of an Earth monster. Solid attack, a big PP, big PP pool. Rather mediocre to bad movement and attack range, but the plus AP was at 1 point. And originally I planned on playing it like this, but he suggested that we just change it to a value that would be more fitting to similar monsters. So I trust in his knowledge of the game, so that's what he built for us. We have 5 of these, and there's a reason. I don't intend on using all 5 of them here, but let's actually save the game. What I do intend on doing, Margibobs, that's nice, dude. Dude, I'm running out of slots here. What the hell? Let's put it here. I'll remember. Number 21. That's a fine one. Margin is fine. Wonderful. Then this is exactly what you will get. So we have 5 copies. The thing is, because we cheated these into the game, right? I did it for 2 reasons. A, so we can actually start with having dinosaurs in our arsenal. The other one is, oh, by the way, lovely that Odeon's music is playing right now. The other one is, because of having the unused dinosaur as well, I wanted to create an additional rule for the challenge. We can't just use only dinosaurs. We have to get every single dinosaur in this game. Every single one. Yeah, we have to buy new memory cards for sure. Is there like an adapter for PS2 memory cards to like USB-A or something? That would be crazy. Of course, you don't need it with emulators, but just a thought that came up. So I have to collect every single dinosaur in the game, which is not many, but we have to watch out for a few things. We might have an additional rule that I want to include, that we will get that like metal dinosaur fusion monster, Cybersaurus, I think, is technically a machine type, but let's be real, if there were double types in this game, it would also be a dinosaur type. So we can semi-include this, and it might offer like an additional challenge for us that we have to level a machine monster as well in order to get the fusion. So yeah, those are kind of that's the framework of this challenge. We can only use dinosaurs. We have to get all of them in the course of the run. And from the 5 unused dinosaurs we got now due to the special version of the game, I will try to use as few of them as humanly possible. So now we will fight Joey, and I will try as best as I can to only use 1 dinosaur to beat him. Only 1, right? And I will only increase this amount. I will only increase this amount if... You changed his name, dude. It actually says Dino. Dude, that's so amazing, man. I really appreciate the love to detail. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Yeah, so we'll fight Joey. We'll use 1 single copy of these. Honestly, I wish there were like extended versions. Aren't there like extended versions of this OST? I would really like to kind of loop them for the stage that we're actually playing right now. But maybe it's better if we just have like a bit of variety. The margin one with text swap was a mistake on my part, but I was too lazy. What do you mean, the text swap with the memory cards? Dude, that's hilarious. I love it. Maybe like an accidental case of brilliance. 208 MP. Are you kidding me? Wow. I think we talked about this on Discord, but I don't remember it being that high. That's crazy. But it's fine, you know, because that means I can only use one anyway. Okay, this is going to be interesting, though. This is going to be very interesting. You know why? Because... Oh, this might become a problem. I didn't think about this. Duke Devlin. Okay, just quick, Maja, because you are also in the stream chat right now. A theoretical question. If I use your randomizer tool to, say, increase the MP values of opponents on this copy of the game, would it work? Or would it kind of break the patched version that I made with your patching tool? Or is it not? Or are we not sure? Because what I can always do is I can trade over the Sword Arm of Dragon pieces to a different set of the game, because I will probably... Okay, it would work. Amazing. Because the problem that we have here is I don't think I can beat Duke Devlin with one copy of this. It's an Earth monster. He plays Darkness monsters. I don't think there's a chance. But we can try, we can try. We will get as far as we can, and then we'll see. It will only change what you change. We might have to do this, or I'll have to change the MP value of Sword Arm of Dragon so that we can actually play a few more copies. But for now, we will do it like this. Okay, so I did not plan for this very well, because now I'm looking at my other monitor. I'm looking at my other monitor, so away from the camera, but it's going to be fine. So we have quite bad range in this thing. Quite bad. It's hilariously bad, actually. The attack range is half of what the opponent's attack range is, so I'll very likely have to use our symbol as bait. Okay, slot 3, slot 4. And here we go, people, here we go. And now the whole explanation and rule thing is finally over, and we can kind of relax and have a nice little chill evening. We can kind of catch up a little bit. You guys can tell me what's been up in your lives, for those of you who are recurring viewers who like to participate, and I can just yap on and tell you what's been going on with me. Dude, damn it, man. You changed... damn, Maja said he's going to change the model. Wait, sadly it will not change your own monsters, though. Their MP's stuck. Okay, it will not change your own monsters. So, but I can change the opponent's MP value. That's enough of a solution for me, because everything else doesn't matter, right? Okay, so wait a minute. You said this thing. Oh, you said it has a model, but no animation, right? Only a defense. It has a defense animation. I remember that. So that's what we'll use. Okay. I love it. I love that my name is up there and not Yami. Screw Yami, honestly. He can only cheat in the card game. That's the only thing. And there's Marut416. Welcome back to the stream. It's so lovely to see so many familiar names returning to the chat again. Good to finally see another stream of yours. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while. I know. It's been a while, and I'm back with better mic quality and better visual quality. You can watch the stream in 1440 now. I think this is... the reason why I'm doing this is, of course, because I want you guys to have a slightly better visual experience, obviously. But there's a different reason, and if you've seen some of my more recent challenge run videos, you know that I use these streams as gameplay footage. And then I kind of record voiceovers for them and all that good stuff. Okay, but... So I'd like for them to be as high resolution as possible, so then the videos will also look better. But if there's anything weird looking about the streams, if there's like a low frame rate or something looks a bit, I don't know, looks a bit off. Because now that I'm looking at OBS, it seems a little bit consistent with the keyframes. Make sure to tell me, because then maybe I can do something about it. But right now I have to think a bit. This is really not great. Oh my god, I'll have to use this thing as bait. For 100%. 100%. Banu547 says, wouldn't that make it hard when your pieces level up and get more expensive to use if it's high now? You mean the MP increase? Yeah, that could become a problem. if that happens to be a recurring trend, then I will just flat out increase the MP values on, or maybe I'll max out the MP on remaining opponents or something like that. Maybe that's what we'll do. It really looks... can you quickly tell me, guys, those of you who are available in the chat, does the stream look clunky in terms of the water running, like stuttering a little bit and then kind of always like slowing down and then going faster again? Because that's how it appears to me in my OBS preview. And there's Ayo Yukino Misharu. Sorry for mispronouncing. We up Dinomaxing. We are indeed Dinomaxing, or Dinomaxing, depending on how you wanna put it. And now I have to think max here because otherwise I'm gonna get completely cooked. Quite literally, we're playing against fire opponents. Yeah, so no, it seems totally fine. The Rezix, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the feedback. Dino DNA. I should have put Hustleberry in the thumbnail. Those who've seen the Tag Force 2 No Shop Challenge know. My man Hustleberry, sadly, it wouldn't have really fit, and I wagered that Rex is in this game. He's included here, and he's also maybe a bit more of a crowd pull in terms of making the thumbnail look inviting and interesting, so I decided on Rex, but we might also throw in Hustleberry for the thumbnail on the inevitable YouTube video about this challenge run, so, you know, we'll see what happens. But this fight is going to be annoying. I can already see that. So what I really want is, I think I want this. How much damage are they going to do? We have 29 defense. They have 171. So 142. If the water rises, we might have a little bit less, but if the water level rises, we'll probably be able to tank 3 attacks before going down, symbol-wise. The problem is, though, when he moves in here, and I move in here, we're in so much trouble. And the problem is, this thing moves diagonally, so I can't use the secret route that's going to open up here. I mean, maybe I could? I don't think so. I don't think so. We have to fight these head-on. That's insane. I discovered your channel last night. That's hilarious, dude. I'm so glad you made it to the stream. That's lovely to hear. Okay, guys, I really don't know. I mean, we also have our monster to kind of... I'll just try like this. I'll try like this. Rex is OG Dino Duelist and his name is Rex Raptor. I mean, yeah, also I would say Dino DNA for sure, but... You know, Hustleberry is very iconic. Okay, oh my god, Joey screwed up. I think this is a good opening for us. Because he cannot reach us with any of his other pieces at this moment. I think I have to use that opportunity and go for it. Although, wait a second. When I move here, I attack. He will attack back. Although, no, if I leave my symbol here, he has 2 options. He cannot reach a symbol with any of the other Fire Reapers. It's not enough. So he can decide he has 1 attack, either the monster or the symbol. And usually, most opponents will, for some reason, focus the symbol. Probably because they think they can... Should I include the battle animation? It will not break the game, right? Margin, you said it's safe. Let's try. What? Okay, nothing happens. That's cool. That's cool. Maybe we can see the defense animation next turn. Wait, why is it... What's happening? For some reason, I'm moving diagonally now. Are you guys seeing this? I'm pressing down or up and it goes... What the hell? Okay, now we have a better angle. What the hell was that? I don't think that ever happens. Did Rex have any on-screen wins? That's an interesting question. I'd bet a lot of side characters never had on-screen wins. Did Rex win on-screen? He lost to Weevil in his debut on TV. I don't think he's won any other battles. I can't imagine, honestly. I guess it causes some weird issues. I mean, we were able to resolve them, but definitely good to know. Yeah, Hustleberry is surely a better duelist. Oh boy, did you see it? Did you see it? Oh my god, nice. I mean, it's true, Weevil did have an on-screen win, but if your on-screen win is against the one guy that didn't have on-screen wins, and that's your only feat, I don't know, man. Although Weevil did seem like a more competent duelist for sure. Okay, so now we're in a bit of a rough spot. Should I experiment with doing this? And there's Mindy84 Rex couldn't even win with a kiss from my. Welcome to the stream, and you're absolutely right. So he's been losing quite a lot, hasn't he? I could risk it. Guys, I could risk it. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot. Majima turned off all character interruptions, which is really helpful in a situation like this. I'll just try this. I'll move away with the symbol and I'll try to bait Joey to kind of move away. Okay, he will go for the attack because that's the one that he can just kind of take, you know, along the way. Okay, so if I move away like this, and I move... This theme always reminds me of Attack on Titan. Did you guys watch Attack on Titan? What a fantastic anime, I swear to God. But Dino Ryuzaki is like Insector Haga? What? Wait a minute. Who the hell is Insector Haga? Am I missing? Is this like a joke? I'm too something to understand? I have no idea. And there was also Lucas Lucas020. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Completely missed your message. How many dinosaurs are there in the game? Usually there's 4 that you can obtain normally. But the one we're using right now is the unused monster. The one that's like a secret attack. I think I have to leave it here because... Okay, now he's pushing forward. With all of them. I think if we do it like this, we might have a shot at beating Joey. That would be wonderful. That's why there's a DR and Rex. Wait, sorry guys, I'm completely out of the loop. I have no clue what you're talking about. Absolutely zero clue. Okay, so what we can do is I can move our Sword Axe of Dragon here. And the AI could just stay in this spot and it would be unattackable for us, but I found in other challenge runs that when you pressure them like this, sometimes they'll just do the dumbest thing possible and they'll just move in order to move away, and thus they'll open themselves up for attacks. If he moves over there, back here with his monster, we can simply go in this position and then destroy the Fire Reaper. Then we're a bit out of danger. And he will most likely chase the symbol. However, once he reaches the symbol, we have like 2 turns or something to win, and then it's over. Okay, that's fine. Okay, he's not allowing us to pressure him. That's unfortunate. Because now I have to kind of try and manipulate him into doing that. And that's not exactly the best spot to be in. And we will need 2 attacks. Come on, Joey. Come on. Oh, he's not doing it. He's not doing it. Okay. Because if he's not doing that, and we can't reach him, this is like the movement and attack patterns of this monster are so bad. I didn't think about this when planning this challenge, but this is really, really bad. If he doesn't move now, we have to load back and do something else. He's not moving, okay. We might need to change Sword Arm of Dragon's attack by setting it to 2 square using the modifier and then start a new game. We could do that. We could do that, but I want to do the least amount of changes because adding this monster in already is a change in and of itself. He's not going to move, right? Is this the starting position of Joey's symbol? Probably. Okay, so wait a second. I mean, we could try to approach the whole thing a bit differently. Because this way, he will get 1 attack on our symbol. Only 1. But... or we could tank 1 blow onto this thing. Wait a minute. The thing is, I can also place Sword Arm of Dragon on a different tile right at the beginning. And then we're like on the different part of the grid. And maybe then we can kind of force Joe to do something. And maybe if he starts moving, he might continue for some reason. I don't know. Jesus, most characters have different names in Japanese. Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. There's Marquise von K. Welcome back, dude. That's crazy. You also showed up. It's so crazy seeing this many familiar names in the stream right now. Glad you've been able to join us. Also nice to see you in the chat again. Jeez, guys, this is not starting great. I'm not gonna lie. And there's John Bondi. Welcome back, my man. When are you going to play Falsepan Kingdom? I'm sorry to say I don't know, because the few times, the little bit I played of that game was not enough to get a proper grasp on it yet. And I'm not quite sure, because when I don't understand the game at all that I'm playing on stream, I might have to kind of check it out a little bit more off stream and then return to it on stream again, because otherwise I'll just be left clueless there, and I feel like then the streams are not... I can't really make them as entertaining as I would like, especially with a strategy game like Falsepan Kingdom. There's nothing else to really... yeah. Yukino Misaru says, Falsepan Kingdom is not fun, to be honest. I don't want to say that yet, because I haven't given it enough time to really form an opinion, but I've had a little bit of a hard time. But I figure a game like this... although no, Capsule Monster Coliseum is more... is definitely more approachable as a complete beginner. Okay, guys, what if we... excuse me. But if we... oh my god, this is going to be a pain, isn't it? This is going to be such a pain. Okay, damn it, Joey. Have you played Duels of the Roses? Not on stream, but I have played it, of course. I finished a run a couple of years ago, like a very casual run. But it is a game that I definitely want to tackle eventually on this channel. The thing is, though, there's so many Yu-Gi-Oh! Content ideas I have, and long-time fans will notice. I've been saying it for years, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm doing it soon. I also want to sprinkle in a few other franchises on this channel, so I don't want to stay 100% exclusively on Yu-Gi-Oh! So I have to find the time for it, but I'm very open to playing Duels of the Roses and maybe some of its mods, and then maybe do challenges there or something. But again, I know this game so well that I know how to set up challenges that are difficult, but possibly doable, somewhat at least. Even though I'm not exactly proving my point right now, but usually I'm capable of doing that. I was gonna ask about Forbidden Memories. Yeah, I've also done Forbidden Memories. I have to say this right now. It's so bitter. I've done a Forbidden Memories challenge last year. Also, like during the streams, I did like the final segment. Trying to beat the game only using cards that start with the letter M. I know, quite weird challenge proposal, but... and I uploaded that video, and the video didn't perform as well as I would have hoped. Maybe I just had too high hopes, because a lot of other Forbidden Memories challenge runs like went through the roof. 6 digits, like crazy stuff. And that video had like 10 or 12k after a certain time, and I was like, okay, my other videos usually perform quite a bit better, and Forbidden Memories is doing so well generally on YouTube. Maybe I just like had a bit of bad timing. Maybe if I like redo the intro a little bit better thumbnail and stuff like that, maybe later on I can get a better performance. This worked once in the past with a video. Fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, I finally, after months, re-upload that video, and it's sitting at not even 6k views, sadly. And on one hand, of course, I'm losing viewership, which also means I lose a little bit of money and exposure, but, you know, it happens, it's part of the game, but I really put in a lot of work into that video. I'm quite proud of how it turned out with all the segments and stuff. And I thought it was a fun challenge, and it's a bit depressing that it's one of my worst performing videos, because I think it's not really deserving that. Some of my older videos are definitely not really up there in terms of quality, but that video I feel like would have deserved more. But maybe it's my fault for nuking it when it was already in 5 digits. It would have probably organically grown to 20, 30k over time, and that's not bad, you know, that's a pretty solid performance. Maybe I was a bit too enthusiastic, a bit too greedy, but yeah, it is a bit more of a saturated market, for sure. Yeah, it's a gem, and the soundtrack is Yu-Gi-Oh! Soundtracks of that time. I don't know, the stuff. Duelist of the Roses, this game, Forbidden Memories, so many soundtracks are so good. Okay, guys, what the hell are we doing here? I have to think of something. Right now, I don't really see us beating Joey like this. I underestimated the attack range problem because one straight square attack range paired with diagonal only movement is often a death sentence. So, 2 options. And I think I would prefer not changing the movement and attack patterns of this monster, because I think I'd rather have more MP on enemies so that we can... Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I've seen lots of people, lots of people doing this. Like, of course, Jono, again, I say it often, but it's the truth. He basically inspired the creation of this channel and his Forbidden Memories challenges, because they've been doing well, and they were like really fun videos. They are really fun videos. Wait a minute. I actually want to show this off too, because Margin's Tool, definitely something that deserves some love here. I just have to see if I can find it. Wait a second. So the market is saturated with Forbidden Memories for sure. My challenge was unique. That's all I'm going to say. Like no... How do you say this? No front to Funbox, who did some of the same challenges that Jono did. I also did one of the challenges that Diabetes did like a few months before me. And it was almost the same. And I know that Funbox also did like type limitation challenges, basically the same ones that Jono did. I do remember that he copied one of his thumbnails almost one-to-one, but he changed it eventually, so completely legitimate, of course. I don't know that many other creators who do Forbidden Memories, but maybe I'm just out of the loop. I don't really watch a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game YouTube, because if you're in the whole thing yourself, in the process of creating ideas, writing scripts, recording, blah, 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 editing, usually you don't really want to watch that many other people do similar things anyway, but... Okay, when I'm blabbering on it, I completely forgot what I was about to do. I wanted to use the modifying tool in order to change the MP values of our opponents. So what I have to do is I have to find the game file, which is here. We'll create a copy, so I have a backup. For what it's worth, I really like the Tag Force videos you've done so far. Thank you. Thanks so much. Tag Force games have a special place in my heart. Those are with Capsule, Monster, Coliseum, my absolute top nostalgia games. Tag Force 1 is really good for pulling in people, because the PS2 version of it, I think a lot of people played that version and not the PSP one, because it didn't have a PSP. So that game is very known. It's very popular. The sequels, not so much, because they never got releases outside of the PSP. So I think doing challenges for the sequels is always a bit of a risky endeavor, and I'm very happy with the challenge run for Tag Force 2. It's almost at 50k now, lots of good responses. That was wonderful. The essay I did, it's like 30k or something, which is also pretty solid. It's around what I expected, but when you compare it to the Tag Force 1 videos, like the Tag Force 1 essay, I think, sits at like 120, and the challenge run at 170 or something, some insane number like this. I think my most viewed video. It just shows how much impact it makes when you cover games that people know and that people have actually played, and how different it can be just covering a sequel that not that many people have played. But I like those games. Like, I'm not going to stop making videos on them. I just have to kind of be a bit smart about how I do content, because even though this is not my job, and it's definitely a hobby that's a lot of fun, when you put in that many hours into one project and you can change its performance and what you get in return drastically based on a few decisions you make up front, then you definitely start thinking about it a lot. So now I was yapping a lot. The copy is ready. Okay, imagine I think I have to re-download your tool. Didn't I? Wait, I think I downloaded the up-to-date version recently. I just have to find it. On a side note, I've been somewhat active on my other channel recently. I don't know if any of you guys like Tekken. I think some of people from the past streams have said that they know the franchise, they like it as well. I did like a stupidly long Heihachi analysis where I analyze the character, his appearance, his moveset, and the story like for an hour straight. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not a crazy performing video, but it's pretty solid, and I will be releasing a new video on that channel tomorrow. The video's been done since yesterday, but I've scheduled a release for tomorrow. It's going to be a soundtrack analysis, which is how I started on YouTube originally, and it's going to be about something completely different. So no Yu-Gi-Oh, no Tekken, something else. But maybe some of you will be interested in that, so make sure to check it out when it drops. Dude, where is this randomizer tool? There it is, okay. So wait a minute. Because I really want to show you this tool. It's such a godsend to have this. Get you want as many people as possible to see the video. Yeah, for sure, because once you start trying to do it on a, like, quality-wise on a professional level, you just like to see that people are interested. I would still do YouTube to a degree if I had way fewer viewers, but I would approach it differently for sure. It's just the nature of things. I'm a musician, that's like my actual craft, and it's the same thing there. When you have a passion project that you really pour yourself into, you're gonna play shows even in front of 20 people just because for the sake of it. But if you're in a project that you like and you start playing sold out shows in front of 100, 200, 300 people, it's a different feeling, and it's a different kind of motivation, because once you can actually earn a little bit of a living from it, you automatically pour in more effort. Why is the tool not opening? Am I perhaps using a old version or something? Okay. We have to troubleshoot shortly. Let me see, is this the most up-to-date version? Yu-Gi-Oh! CMC randomizer tool. Margin around with GitHub. CMC randomizer. Okay, let's get this thing. Okay, I don't think that was the latest release that I had. I think it was quite outdated, to tell you the truth. But that's fine, now we got it. Yeah. Arc V Tag Force Special. When it's time. Honestly, I played Tag Force up to Tag Force 3. I never really played Tag Force 4, 5, 6, and the special one. That's something I would likely want to check out on stream. Okay, wait a minute. I'm just going to put this in here. Because I'm quite curious, I know that 5D's ones are a little bit different. Oh, there it is, dude. Oh my god, it shows up here. I still have it in this window as well. So, look at this. I want you to look at this. Okay, don't look at this yet, because I don't... Wait a minute. I'm gonna hide this because I have to do something before. Dino mods. We're gonna use the modded version. Okay, I mean, you're gonna see the path of my file, but it's not like I'm sharing any private info or something. Whatever. So, we have... Look at all the options we have here. Look at this. Support margin armor, by the way. Like, I mean that. Insane. What kind of... A few years ago, we had nothing on this game. I didn't know about the Libra mod a few years back, and before it released, it wasn't there, of course. We had nothing. Then we had the Libra mod from Oak, and now we have this tool, and I heard there's more coming to this, and some new possibilities have been discovered. It's crazy. What a time to be alive for Capsule Monster fans. So, okay, let's get to the opponents. So we can change anything, really, but what I would want to change Remove MP limit. That's all we're gonna do. Now we're gonna let this thing do its magic. I hope it's gonna respond. Banner says, I'm bad at fighting games. Tekken I find is the most button masher friendly. Oh really? Is that? I have no idea. Could be. I love MK lore and characters, but I find it harder to play it. Yeah. I mean, Tekken is in a very rough spot right now with Tekken 8 and the recent things. I've just been following it a little bit. I was watching competitive Tekken I was watching competitive Tekken religiously a few years back. And it kind of dropped off and nice. It's done. The changes that they've made, some of them are so bad, and I don't know, just generally losing interest. It's kind of sad at a time where competitively a lot of interesting stuff has been happening with players, but what can you do? I also really I love the aesthetic of Mortal Kombat. The old games and also the new ones, just the way characters are designed and the concept behind it and the silliness of the over-the-top gore. I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot, and I have quite a bit of nostalgia for Mortal Kombat as well. But I also never really felt the urge to learn it, to really pick it up and start playing or something. I don't know, just never really felt like something I want to do. It's like some of these games that are like, oh, that game looks cool, and some of my friends play it, I really want to check that out, and then you just don't because it's not that interesting after all. Okay, Margin One with the goat. Indeed. Without this man here, none of this would be possible. It's crazy, man, how we're eating so good. Fans of this game, we're eating so freaking good. Okay, new try. We need 2 sword armor dragon. The Margin One slot, yeah, of course. What else would it be? Okay, this is looking good. This is looking very good. And fighting games is, it's not, I mean, there's a lot of competitive games that work like that. Don't get me wrong, there's many genres of games. Particularly ones that focus on competitive play in esports, where if you don't treat it like its own sport, there's no chance for you, right? There's no chance. It's working, nice. There's absolutely no chance you're really playing the game properly. And to me, that's annoying, except if you find one that you really like. It's like with sports. You're not going to train a million different sports at the same time. You'll pick something that's fun, and usually that means something you're at least slightly talented at. And that's what you're going to play. That's what you're going to do, and gaming, I feel like playing video games, especially if it's just like a fun hobby to kind of just relax and chill out for a bit. Oh, wait a minute. I have to think about this. I have to think about how to place these, because they're both diagonal only. Maybe we should have changed the attack patterns after all. But that's something... Okay, so you said the randomizer tool can do that. But I have to load into a new game, which wouldn't matter because we haven't defeated Joey yet. But will this bite me in the ass if I don't do it now? Will this bite me in the ass completely? You want side by side, but do I? I would want that to chase the symbol, but I don't think I can pass both monsters. Because this gap is only 1 tile wide, so only the monster that aligns with this field will be able to pass through this easily. So the other one would either have to sneak around a different way, which would take way more time. But I think we could try that. Maybe if... Wait a minute. Is this the same as... It's not. It is actually. Okay, so this tile aligns with this one. So I'd have to align with this one. Oh, this is going to be tough. So I'd have to lure his Fire Reapers into this corner, then from here probably, so that they don't actually... No, actually probably from here. so that they don't go for the Sword Arm Dragon. 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, and 4, possibly 5 turns until I reach this thing. After the Fire Reapers have passed, I don't think that's feasible. The other idea that I had, I don't think I can do that, honestly. That's probably too risky, I think. The alternative would be, of course, I hide here. But how do I get in there without a Fire Reaper that's passing by just sniping me from here? I don't think that's feasible, guys. What I think is probably more feasible is if I set them up at the same diagonal alignment, you know what I'm saying? And then try to blitz away his Fire Reapers as they come, and hopefully one of them surviving and winning the duel like that. That would be my idea. So when I set this one up here and the other one like... I think that's what I'll try. Let's just try. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah. Maybe Tekken is truly more button masher beginner friendly. That would be cool. After all, the whole limb system, the 4 buttons assigned to each limb, I think can work out quite well. Okay, we can't... Oh my god. No, dude. No. I didn't think about this at all. We have an AP limit as well. We have an AP limit 300. We can only move 1 Sword Arm of Dragon. Wow. Wow. Okay. This is bad. This is so bad. Oh my god. I can only move 1 Sword Arm of Dragon. Per turn, that is. Oh my god. Okay, there's 2 options now, because otherwise we won't make it. I can raise the AP limit as well. Or I can bite the bullet and change Sword Arm of Dragon to 2 attacks. Like 2 attack, the double attack range. We could do that. Oh my god. This is depressing, guys, but that's part of the fun, you know? Hitting brick walls and then trying to find ways to get over them. I just didn't expect to run into this many this early, but... Monster Grid and AP Staffed, exactly. You just need to cover all the squares. You think? I don't think so, because then... I mean, okay, so what would be the plan if I do this? Let's go to slot 3 again. That was slot 4. Oh no, that's the wrong save file. Oh boy. Okay. I mean, what I could do is, I could just abuse the fact that we have multiple of these available. We could do that. So there's only one rule change, max MP allowed. I could just flat out slap all 5 of them on the field. Use them as bait. And whoever gets attacks on the Fire Reapers in, gets it. And that's it. So we set up an army and then the last man standing wins it. We could do that. Will not be the smartest thing to do, but I think it could work out. Let me think. Only 2. What would happen if I use only 2? Okay, so let me just think this through again. Okay, 1 turn. 2. I could be here in 3 turns after hatching. That's a bit too early because, yeah. For obvious reasons. How else can I get there? What if I push the symbol into this corner immediately? Maybe they will kind of try to get around this rock here. Maybe then I'll try it. Okay, you know what? We'll try it. I mean, we're here. We have some time. A couple more hours for sure. Why not try something like this? Maybe. So this one has to be here so we can move there quickly, and this one will. The thing is, I need both of them over there. Otherwise, I can't threaten Joey. But they can't be within reach, so maybe. This is not going to go well. I don't think this is going to go well, but I'll try. I'll respect your suggestions, and I'll give it a shot. They don't have, like, Earth monsters have normal stats on defense and attack. Attack is okay. They're slow, but they have more PP because of it. That was wrong. Already the first mistake. Oh, I mean, maybe there wasn't really a mistake, to be fair. Oh, and I have to listen to this again. Jesus, come on. Okay, now we're gonna save this. Joey, what are we gonna do with you? Still, on a side note, I love that this monster has its own, like, piece model. It looks rad, dude. Look at it. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Is this the right thing to do? We'll see. You know, if we wouldn't be able to beat Joe with our restrictions here, it would be kind of low accurate. Joe has a pretty good track record against Dino Duelists. I mean, that's true. Marquise, that's a very fair point. I was hoping to break this lore tradition, if you will, but this is already getting problematic. Because the moment... Oh my god, yeah. What the hell, dude? I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. I mean, I suppose there is something that we can do with a second Sword Arm of Dragon. We have more bait and more damage sponge pieces. I will save here. Okay, maybe something like this. I mean, we can move one Sword Arm of Dragon and our symbol on almost every turn, for a while at least. Okay, but he's spreading out quite a bit. I don't like that at all. I mean, we kind of have to go for this attack, don't we? But what am I doing then? What's the follow-up plan? He will attack right back. Then we have a Fire Reaper here, here, and here, probably, or here. So I return the favor. And then I can hopefully distract the Fire Reaper that will be here to move forward but attack the symbol. Then I can keep attacking that Fire Reaper, but by then his other Fire Reaper will probably be... I mean, it won't be within range, so I can destroy 2 Fire Reapers with this Sword Arm of Dragon, I think. I do think that. And then I'd have another one to destroy the other 2, but I would have less health on my symbol. We could try this. Because, sure, why not? Oh yeah, that's the bug again. Okay, so it is because of the lacking attack animation. That's good to know. So, what does that mean for me right now? Okay, but wait a second. What if instead I move it here? He will probably just attack the symbol. So then I have a bit more health on this Sword Arm of Dragon. He'll move in with this Reap, but then I move this one over there, but then he's going to double attack it anyway. Or maybe not because of... Ah, this is tough. This is tough, guys. Yeah, we can't one-shot them. It's not enough. They can't two-shot us either, so there's some balance here, right? In a one-on-one, even if Joey gets the first attack, we win. But he has double the amount of monsters. It moves one tile and screws everything. Yeah, that's often what happens, but... Okay, wait. Okay, Joey's a moron. I forgot to put that into the equation. Into the equation. Joey's an idiot. And that's gonna help. That's gonna help so much. Wait a second. Yeah, so diagonal only cannot pass here. That's brutal. But it is the reality we live in. Of course I have to go for the kill here. Okay. So when he moves in, I have to get away. 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe I can lord him somewhere else. Yeah, I think someone specific said that Joey's the third best in the world, but I'm kind of starting to believe that that person might not be as knowledgeable about the game that they created. So I think it's a bit left up to interpretation. Okay, so I will move this thing back. The problem is he can move all of his pieces basically at the same time. So he has way more attacks per turn, and this is what we'd have to limit somehow. Okay, I could sneak away now. I could sneak away. But if I do that, I have to offer up... I don't have to offer it up, but I have to kind of put it in bait range. And Joey is not... Okay, when they're on water, they do less damage. Okay, okay, now I have to... Okay, this does... That's interesting, that's interesting. I hope he'll take the bait. He's not taking it, he's not taking it. Okay. I mean... If that's the case, which it is, and we can... How about we try something else? We can survive one more attack as long as his Reapers attack on the water tiles. As long as they're standing on the water tiles. So maybe having 2 Sword Arm of Axes will be enough. Just maybe. So what I would like to do is... I don't even know what I would like. I have no idea. It's such a pain we can only move one of them. Maybe something like this. He didn't do anything. That's good for us. That's really good. I think. I could reposition this Sword Arm of Dragon now. For free, in a way. So, but do I want to do it like that? Maybe. Okay, because as 20 little max CP, yeah, that's so frustrating. 20 points, but what can you do? Okay, the water level will rise one more time and then it will go back down, I think. It's already going back down? No! Wow. Oh my god, are you kidding me? This hurts. This hurts a lot, dude. That's brutal. That is so brutal. That was not necessary. That was really not necessary, Joey. Why would you do that? What is the reason behind this? How can I force him to stay on these water tiles? Okay, so I'll try to give him a maximum of 1 attack. I can move back here. Bottom left. I can't retreat there because I don't have the movement to do so. Because the moment I cross this line here, I get attacked. That's just the way of the game. This is really depressing. Okay. What if we retreat in a way where we dodge all attacks for now? Oh my god. We're so handicapped here. Let me think. Just a second. So this was the board 1 turn prior. What if I leave it like this? That was definitely stupid. Maybe I should have dropped into the bottom left like prior. Like way earlier. Maybe we can split them up a little bit. But I think I might have to play this completely differently. But if they're spread out like this, I have a shot at doing some damage, you know. No, this is the minimum, I think. It will go up again, but it will probably take way too long. So we'll take 1 hit here, then we can destroy it. Then there's only 2 Fire Reapers left. And if I can dodge enough attacks until then, it's just a question of where do I move now? Maybe over here? But then I don't have any corners to play around. I think probably more to the right. But then I'm moving away from my own pieces. This hurts. Yeah, he's going for the symbol. Thank goodness. A bit too late. A tad bit... No, oh my god, that was not the minimum. Oh my god, that was like 1% in me that was saying, oh, maybe the water will drop down even further. Didn't think it was true, but it seems like it is. Okay, what if we do this? I would seriously need the AP to move both pieces. That would be such a game changer. Okay, now I'm pushed back into the corner completely. I can survive 3 attacks. That's not a lot. I think we all know that, right? So now it really depends how Joey's gonna react once I start threatening his symbol. And it really depends on whether I want to take this gamble or not. But I think I have to. Although I think this is my death sentence. Maybe not. I think he made a big mistake. Ah, Jesus. I can tank one more hit, and that's it. Then it's over. The water level is not going to save me. It's way too little, way too late. So... I lost. This is not the answer. This is not the answer at all. Oh my god, this is tough, man. This is really tough. I think we have to approach this completely differently, right from the get-go. How about we do that? We will stay in the water for as long as necessary. Let's try something like this. I'll try to get an early kill again on the first Reaper. And then we'll try to push everything we have further. Wait, it's usually, which one was it? This one or this one? I'll just summon the left one, like, we'll see what happens. Yeah, come on, dude. We've heard the explanations a million times. Let's go to slot 4. Of course, we're going to summon both. We're going to move the symbol. So they will keep approaching. He'll focus everything on this. Maybe I shouldn't move the symbol too early. This is going to make some good content eventually, yes. But I can imagine the stream is already running a bit dry because of it. But that's fine. We're doing the challenges. Sometimes challenges are tough. And that's kind of the point, isn't it? So, okay, I'll keep the symbol a bit more in the middle. Maybe I should have put it a little bit further to the right. If this fails, we will do that. But I need to kind of save it a moment when the water level rises to its maximum. Is 300 AP the maximum for a level 1 symbol? No, this is capped by the map, by the opponent. So this will vary depending on which opponent we face. And now I would like for him to approach us. I think I should have kept the symbol further to the right. Then he wouldn't push us like this, which he will inevitably do now. And he will likely destroy our first Sword Arm of Dragon. We're not going to do it like this. Let's try this. Should we share the patch file? If we do, I'll max out the MP for each opponent. I mean, we could do that, but I mean, you can share it, of course, always. It's your work, but I would probably suggest to wait and see how the future fights turn out, and maybe there are more tweaks needed to make this even possible. But what do I know, man? I have no idea. The moment I beat Joey, then I'll start feeling like I actually have a clue what the hell's going on. Okay, come on. We can do this. We can do this. I should have probably planned some backup content for this stream to kind of relax after whatever we actually managed to pull off in this game today is over, but I don't really have anything planned as like B content. I probably also won't stream that long today. Probably another like 1.5 hours or something until 11 was like the original plan. But I'll try to get the stream going earlier next time so we have a little bit more time on schedule. Damn it, dude. You know, I've been scripting the Tristan challenge video. I don't know if it's the next video that will come out on this channel, but it will be one of the next ones. And the Tristan challenge, if you guys remember, after a while, there were tough points for sure in the process, but after a while, once we got the Great Moths and then the perfectly ultimate Great Moths as well, the opponents just started melting, and I really miss that feeling right now because this is the complete opposite of what we had back then. Okay, let's save this. And let's continue. I mean, Zvarian, we could change the AP limitations. That is something you can easily do with Margin Wamu's tool. The same way I removed the MP max amount. Same thing, really. So I will place this one more, like, forward by one more. And I'll put this one in the back, I think. Because I want it to be in the left corner already, near the water. Oh yeah, this is a bit of a problem. I mean, there's a different solution to this, quote unquote. That I want to try. Okay, I'll improvise something now. I'll put the symbol over here. Because his other two Reapers are a little bit behind. He wants the dragon, maybe. I'd like for him to... What happened? Did the game crash or something? Not really, right? That's interesting. That's interesting. Why would that happen? The bug again. Okay, so my idea is he will use one of the Reapers to attack my monster, but he will use the other one to attack the symbol, and then... Okay, the attack animation, that's fine. He will stand on a water tile and then attack the symbol, so less damage for the symbol as well as less damage on the monster. So this might be... Oh, okay, he's not doing it. He's going for the double hit. But that's fine. It doesn't have... Damn, there's no like version where Sword Arm of Dragon is like crumbling from the damage. It just looks the same. That's interesting. Okay. So this is not looking like it's a strategy that will win us this duel. It's not looking like that at all. But at least now it's 3-1 for what it's worth, which is not much, don't get me wrong, but okay, this is not what I wanted to achieve with this initial lineup. What I want to achieve is... Okay, what if we do keep them? What if we really commit to the left corner? Joey's no symbol sniper. Not enough, it seems. He really needs a strong bait, apparently, in order to do something like this. But we'll find a way, we'll find a way. Otherwise, we can already think about what would be the best course of action if this does not succeed. I can remove the AP limit. I can increase the attack range of my monsters. This will stay permanent for the rest of the run, of course. I can add another Sword Arm of Dragon. I mean, that is definitely what I can do. Chilling in a fish pond. Maybe I'll add a third Sword Arm of Dragon before we do any other monster limitations here. Or like game alterations. That's what I wanted to say. Jesus. Okay. God damn it. Come on, Joey. This is very nostalgic in terms of challenge runs because it reminds me a lot of the Exodia challenge run we did. Because that was also quite the unique experience, fighting against Joey and barely finding a way to beat him. But it was so cool when it happened. Speaking of challenges for CMC, I have quite a few ideas still up my sleeve here. We accumulated a few nice ideas over the course of many streams and also people recommending stuff in the comments of videos. So there's a few ideas that I think would be really cool that I'd like to share with you guys. Let me just... I'm kind of trying to stay focused here because I would like to get this fight over with. Other adjustments. I'll make sure to let you know because if this completely fails now, but I'll make sure that we can at least get over a couple opponents today. I'd just like to try and see if we can get over Joey by any other means here. Okay, he will move forwards twice, then... I think I'll move over there. Something. Maybe like this? At this point, it's difficult to say how long I should wait before he moves in, but right now he's sending 2 of his Reapers forward, and they're a bit isolated, which is exactly what I want. Now that is no longer the case, maybe I can force him to do that. Will he behave differently now? Not really. Okay. It seems like he's committed to that decision. Okay, water levels are rising again. So, I would like to get an early hit on this thing. So he will probably move there, right? Maybe I should have placed the Sword Arm of Dragons on the same diagonality, or that's not a word, but you know what I mean. So that then I could double tag or double tap some of his Fire Reapers. Like early on, if I can... Imagine if I set it up in a way that this thing lands on this field. And I have one Sword Arm of Dragon here, the other one here, and then I just move in and I just freaking double tap this thing out of the game. This might be the actual way forward. I'm pretty sure even, but... Let's just pretend like that this strategy will work, because I want to see if it does. He's moving back. He's not moving. What are you doing, Joey? What are you doing? Now I'm curious. Are you going to move in or not? Homie, what are you doing? He was reluctant, but now he's here. Okay, now he's the water level's dropping. It's like the AI knows. Okay, guys, I think I will change this. I will change the strategy. I will abandon this strategy in favor of... Which one of these was it? It was that one, right? So, how about we place it like this? Come on. So, the challenge ideas I have that are still like untapped are We have the one where we can't level up, where we have to stay on level 1. And I was thinking that as an additional kind of thing that would make this even more difficult, because the challenge could turn out way too easy. What we could do additionally whenever we tackle that one is we could prohibit, or like we could, whenever a monster levels up, I think when they level up in combat, you don't even get to choose, right? They automatically do. Whenever a monster levels up or has the potential of leveling up, you have to level it up, but then you can no longer use it. So anytime a monster fills up their XP to 100, it has to be abandoned. That would also include not being able to pick up higher leveled monsters from your opponents. So maybe that could be a cool additional rule to make it a bit more spicy. Otherwise, I love the idea, because if you can't even level up your symbol, that means also no extra effect strength, no special abilities, no fusions, no evolutions, and nothing. All these things become completely inaccessible, and I think that could be a nice set of restrictions for a run like that. Okay, let's see if we can bait him early now. That's a different version of the track. Jeez, is that like unused OST or something? Okay, now I need to kind of set up. I mean, we're already pretty good, aren't we? You can edit the code to make the AP 999 for level 2+. I mean, I don't think that's necessary, honestly. I think we will find a way around that. I appreciate it, but we'll find a solution. I just need to be kind of careful now. Okay, he moves there, then he moves here, then... I'll risk it like that. Probably shouldn't have, but I did, so now we're here. I mean, we can't double... That's something I forgot. Oh my god. We can't double tap his Fire Reapers because we don't have enough AP to move multiple monsters. Jeez. Okay, okay. Did I miss something? How are we only at Joey? What you missed is that we have 160 AP on these monsters and only 300 available. And the horrendous attack range of this thing is biting us in the ass big time. Okay, I think now there's a decision I have to make. I have to change something because I don't see us beating this challenge like this at all. I can try setting up... Yeah, I know it's hilarious, but it's it's hilariously depressing. So, what can we do? What can we do? Can't you just stack Torag? It's not a dinosaur, dude. I know that's okay, let me just put this window up. It's not a dinosaur. And I hate to say it because I really thought it is, and I hoped for it to be, but it's not. Okay. Let's close the game. Wait a second. Okay, now I'm back. I could remove the AP limit. We could just do that. Maybe we'll just do this. The other option would be unsupported. And I have to look it up. I can change its properties. However, if I don't max out the AP, we'll be in big trouble against Duke. Because 2 of these are still probably not enough to beat Duke, I can imagine. Let me just check. Unsupported, unsupported. It's a really long-ass name, so should be able to find it pretty quickly. It's called Sword Arm of Dragon, dude, so... That's Panther Warrior? But it has no model. But that's crazy. Okay, Sword Arm of Dragon. Got it. Dude, we could go crazy with this. Isn't it just a green Triceratops? It is, but it's not a dinosaur for some reason. I could change the type as well, but that's an idea I wanted to abandon quickly. Okay, so am I changing only the movement, or only the AP, or am I changing both? That's the question now. What I could do is I could change its AP to 125. Then we can move 2 of them plus move our symbol. To try and get as far as we can with 2 of them. Something we could do. And then if we fail on Duke, I can just remove the AP limit and that's it. Make it a weak starter monster. What are you drinking there? That's like, that's Coke Zero, but from a cheap brand from a local supermarket. Yeah, so now you know. 2 plus 2, okay, yeah, but lower stats. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's fair, lowering the stats, but then by how much? And what are we lowering the stats for? Because it's Clever Coke, yeah, that's true. That must be pretty funny if you don't know the brand. Clever Cola, yeah, exactly. Not sponsored, by the way, but if Clever wants to hit me up, then I'll slide into my emails. That's all I'm going to say. But then I'd have to reduce the attack, right? Then I'd have to reduce the attack stat. Do we really want to do this? Look up Rootwater or Karibo for reference. We could do that, sure. How about to look Torike for reference? Now it's getting technical, people. Now it's getting technical. They're meant to reflect it, you think? I mean, look. Torike has 132 attack and 8 defense. 65 AP and 55 plus AP. So if Sword Arm of Dragon has 147 attack but costs 160 AP, I think that's disproportionate, isn't it? But I'll check Karibo, that's fair. The point of Earth monsters is their limited reach, though, isn't it? So, increasing the movement, I don't know. I mean, that's fair. Karibo has the same movement stats, but again, it's a darkness monster, so it's supposed to be different. 111 attack, 20 defense, 30 AP. Karibo is dirt cheap. So if we include Rootwater, for example, into the comparison, 115 attack, 72 AP plus 40 AP. So as I said, I don't want to change around too many things. And most Earth monsters don't have great attack range, so I think it's... I don't know if low defense is necessarily the point of Earth monsters. I think one of the points, it's also in the description, is the limited range. So I don't really think it's only about the defense stat, to be honest. I'm not sure, people. I'm not sure. Or I just... You know what? I think what we'll do is we'll do this... We'll not do this do it like this. We'll try something else before that. I will just remove the AP limits and we'll use as many as needed to beat the opponents. Because I think this way... I hope this didn't modify the monster now because I pressed apply here, but we'll see in a second. Because you said it yourself, Emil, it's been 1.5 hours and we're still at Joey, and that's not... We can't let that slide. Now it's time to finally kick some ass. It didn't. Okay, that's glad. I'm glad to hear that. So what was I saying? Yeah, the level 1 challenge. All symbols have various ranges. I mean, we'd have to compare that, but since the description says Earth has lower range and... Wait a minute. Max AP is 300 because I loaded it like this, right? Okay, no, you know what? I have to restart it. We'll just load the save file. I think that's the way we're supposed to do this, right? It would feel weird because Thorak has bad attack range. Larvus or whatever it's called has bad attack range. The twin-headed King Rex or whatever it's called also has quite short attack range. I do think it's thematically sound for Earth monsters. Some of them have better ranges for sure. Some of Odion's monsters come to mind. But then again, you have something like Hitotsumi Giant, also an Earth monster. Extremely low attack range. So I'm not sure. I'd rather not fiddle with that right now. But we'll see. Dark Ruler has 2 whole attack range. Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. But wait, are you talking about the dinosaurs now? Zwarion? Because Dark Ruler is a thunder monster, isn't it? That would fit. Oh my god, no, I clicked... Oh my god, no. Now I'm gonna look at his stage first. That's not what was meant to happen. We will return to the stage selection for sure. We will do that for sure. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's a thunder. That's, I think, the only thunder dinosaur. And because this challenge, we also have to pick it up. Isn't that like, is that a fusion? No, it's not a fusion, right? But we'll have to pick it up, otherwise I'm not collecting all the dinosaurs. So... Let's see. Okay, Joey, come on, let's get it. Okay, max AP 999. This is what we want. All right. So now, there's just one big decision to make. How many are we sending into the battle? Are 2 enough? Are 2 of them really enough? Because now I can double tap. Yeah, let's try 2. Let's try 2. What's gonna happen? Okay, what if I try the same strategy now? Okay, that's not what I wanted. If you place them to double tap, it's 1 kill per turn, yeah. And if we do it while the water is high, it might actually work the way that I would like. It might be quick enough to get into an advantageous position. You've been making your own balancing on a piece of paper work. That's cool, dude. That's amazing. Honestly, once the tool... I know already said that he and other people are working on replacing the models in the game. This will be enough, right? On replacing models and the textures, so maybe at some point in the future people will be able to make like entirely differently themed mods for this game as well. I don't know, I mean, that would be finally a pretty good use for AI models to create the appropriate textures that you would need to represent completely different monsters as pieces on the board here. Imagine you have like a GX mod or something for CMC, that would be crazy. But it's probably quite some time until something like this would be possible. But the fact that I would dare imagine something like this at some point down the line is already a testament to how much has happened for the Yu-Gi-Oh! CMC community. Anyways, how do we want to double tap now is the big question. It feels so insane to be able to move around all my pieces freely. I think I got a completely newfound appreciation for mobility now in this game. Come on, dude. We could wait for the water level to rise 1 by 1 more. We could do something like this. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's... I'll... It's like you can play the game. Yeah, insane. Honestly, I've just checked before. I tried to not look at view numbers or something, but I've seen there's still like a dozen people in the stream, which I really appreciate. Considering that this has been a bit of a rough start for this challenge run, but I really appreciate you guys sticking with me here, because if we make this work, it's going to be so nice. You can't even imagine. I really want this one to move forward. And I don't know if that's going to happen now, but I'd really wish it happens. He's not moving it forward, but maybe it doesn't matter too much. Challenges and hardships are fun. Yeah, if you ultimately manage to overcome them. But that's the part where I'm kind of stuck. Maybe that was the wrong move. I'm not sure. I want to see what he does now. He's stalling. He's stalling again because of the water or something. Okay, I think we have to be a bit more provocative against Joey here. So you watch a stream of someone dying close to 100 times in Cave Story. Okay, I mean, fair enough. Like when unexpectedly fun things happen, it's cool, but maybe it's funny for you guys because you can watch me suffer. But I didn't expect to hit this at Joey. I was fully prepared when we fight Duke Ellington. I was going to say Duke Devlin to run into these issues. I was fully prepared, but this is different, completely different. Okay, I have an idea though. Want to be a little bit more aggressive? I was thinking of just removing the intro for my 3, 5, and 10 modes. 3-star mode. Okay, fair enough. So we want to have like different degrees of... Oh, what is Joey doing? He's a moron. Or maybe he's not that moronic because... damn it. What's going to happen now? I'm just curious, what's he gonna do now? that way you haven't missed. That's cheeky, dude. But it's the truth. What should I say? Should I try to deny it? It's not gonna happen, is it? Yeah, we are redoing this. I wanted to take a break already to go to the bathroom and grab a snack, but I need to at least know that we can beat Joey like this. I need to know. Wait a minute. Slot 5. That's fun. I mean, this is interesting. But I don't like that. Don't like that at all. I'd probably have to risk this, I imagine. So now we can double tap at least. I need to look since Zeno is back. I can get back to working with CMC. Yeah, that's lovely to hear, dude. I'm gonna figure out how to skip things. Okay, yeah, I have no idea about the technical details you're talking about now, but I mean, since you guys have already managed to do so much in this game, I'm sure you're going to figure out a lot more. And the 220 people watching that, I mean, if someone dies a lot and it just keeps being hilarious, that's fun. But if it's like a game, like, I don't know, Dark Souls or something, the way you die can vary so much, and it's frustrating in a different kind of way that can be very fun also, or entertaining. In a strategy game like this, I feel it's a little bit different. Okay, but I think if we keep double tapping like this, and now that the water is high, this is an easy win against Joey. I mean, easy, what's easy? But compared to what we had before, it's insane. It's way more easy. I'll move forward once so he hopefully stays on the water. Okay, multiple unlockable difficulty spots. That would be cool. I was always dreaming of something like that. Okay, that was a mistake. I made a big mistake, but maybe it doesn't even matter. The mistake being that I... Okay, let's do this again. I need to lure his Reapers somewhere we can actually, you know, we can hit them. So I didn't think of that. But that's very important now, because they align the same. And yes, I'm drinking a lot of Coke Zero, but I'm trying to lose a bit of weight, so that's mainly the reason. So you guys are not wondering that I'm trying to kind of completely escalate on caffeine. Funnily enough, I don't feel like I really have trouble sleeping on a lot of caffeine. Maybe my sleep quality is worse for it, but since I have troubles breathing through my nose, especially at night anyway, I think my sleep quality is so screwed up that a little bit of caffeine is probably not going to hurt. That one little weakness. Yeah, the little... Fighting Duke is going to be such a pain, I can already see it. But this way... How can I force him to get into attack range? Maybe I can't. I didn't save on slot 8 yet. I'm a moron, aren't I? Is this even the best course of action? Maybe it's not. We could do something else entirely. You know? But should we? Okay, I think I kind of have to do something like this now. For my idea, 25 characters and 200 monsters is enough to make an engaging and fun experience. I mean, fair enough. We found the New Game Plus... Wait. The New Game Plus on the ISO, but it's only available for some opponents, and we haven't been able to figure out if there's a way to trigger naturally. That is insane. I had no idea. What? So they did plan for it? That's crazy. That's so cool to hear. Oh, I love this track, dude. What is it called? I forgot, but I love using it in my videos as background music. The melody's so nice. Oh my god. Okay, I think I have to kind of run away with this. Okay, but this is going to be a little bit of a close call if I do that. But I think we can still pull it off. No, we can't. What am I doing? This is... No, dude! Did I not save anything in the slot? Are you kidding me? We have to do it again. We figured to reach a deadline and rush the game. That is so sad. Imagine, I mean, now it doesn't matter because nowadays we have the modding tool and all of that, but for all the years that we didn't, imagine. But on the other hand, if we had a New Game Plus like that immediately in the game, maybe there wouldn't have been that much motivation around creating custom content for the game. Although I don't really believe that, honestly. I really don't. But that's crazy. If you look at what was going on during the time, they weren't doing well. Okay, fair. Symbol bottom left. That could be an idea. Okay, wait a minute. I mean, I could also just... Wait a minute. Well, let me try something. What's he gonna do now? Bottom right, you mean? I mean, fair enough, but this way I can get rid of one of the Reapers and the symbol is gonna stall the other, so... I think it's fine. It's looking pretty good. $140. Will this work? No, it won't because he won't move. What am I doing, dude? Will this work? Considering all the unused content and even unused opponent slots, the game is very incomplete. There was close to 50 opponent... Oh my god, imagine. Imagine 50 opponent slots. So you think... I mean, the way it's sounding right now, there's probably not a lot of... There's not a huge chance... We won, by the way, guys. We're beating Joey. Just wanna... Because I can't really believe it myself right now, but we did it. We did it! Oh my god, hallelujah. We did it. Okay, this will probably be a clip in the YouTube video whenever that comes out, because now the mic quality is not that ass, I can actually include it reliably. Yeah, this took a few rule changes, as you can see, and it took like 2 hours. Over 2 hours to be... My god. I mean, I was yapping at the beginning of the stream, because I haven't streamed in a while, but... My goodness, 2 hours to beat Joey. 2 freaking hours. Oh boy. Okay, we got it. 14 clear bonus. The duel was so ass. That's how much clear bonus we got. So we're not picking up any of these, obviously. Good luck with Tristan, the Great Dinosaur Slayer. I mean, he has the voice for it, you know. Marquise has to go. Marquise, thank you so much for joining the stream. I was really happy to see you here, and I hope you can return next time. I don't know when the next time will be. Maybe not next week if I manage to cram one in. So yeah, see you there and have a lovely evening. Oh my god, we beat Joey. My goodness. Yeah, let's save the game data. Insanity, guys. Insanity. So I think we will keep the rules of no AP limit and no MP limit. I think that's good for now. So we will definitely tackle Tristan as well, and maybe we can also dabble a bit into Duke now, but I really need to go to the bathroom. So we will take a quick break, probably like 10 minutes or something, and then I'll see you guys in a second. Alright people, we are back a bit earlier than expected because I see someone said in the chat they joined the stream and the stream has not started, but we're so in the stream and we beat the first opponent. So if you have time to join us, then don't go anywhere. We are continuing the Yu-Gi-Oh action right here, right now. My goodness, it feels so good that Joey is finally down. Let me just grab a little bit of soup. If you lose the duel, you lose it. He definitely lost his dinosaur soul, that's what I can tell you. 3 hours for Tristan, I hope not. I seriously hope not. But I'm pretty... How do you say this? Well, in German we would say, ich bin guter Dinge. So I'm pretty confident, let's put it like this. Would one of these be enough? Let's quickly think about this. Can I beat Tristan with one of these? Because I think I can. But you know what? I'll try. I'll do it, or I'll die trying. Sorry. Sometimes my English is just screwed up. So guys, let's do it with a few people that are still here. Let's do an informal poll. What kind of other franchises you like that you would like to see me cover on the channel at some point, in terms of like a challenge run, for example? Because I know that Yu-Gi-Oh games strike certain audiences. I know there's like Japanese anime style games. That's wrong. I have to place it here, yeah. I don't think he'll surround me because if I bait his lizard first and get rid of it, and then tackle the scorpion, then it's only the moths, and I think we can manage the moths. So, because I have a challenge run, the challenge run is done. I'm not going to say whether I was successful or not, but the gameplay is recorded, let's put it like this. And the script is finished, and half of it is already recorded. So this video will go into editing. Again, I'll probably do the Tristan run before I do this, but it's in a different franchise, and I'm trying to figure out how I can smoothly transition out of being a 100% Yu-Gi-Oh focused channel into a channel that does mostly Yu-Gi-Oh games and sometimes a few other things, occasionally. And in my description, when I created this channel, I wrote that I want to cover Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, and Tekken, I think, where the things are named, and then whatever else excites me in the moment, because that was meant to be like as a secondary channel to my own one, but then the videos on this channel started picking up a lot of traffic, and then I realized, hey, if I focus on Yu-Gi-Oh, which is a lot of fun, this might actually go somewhere. And that's what I'm doing now, but I want to branch out a little bit, just a tad bit. I know that these Yu-Gi-Oh games were very PlayStation focused, so I'm thinking maybe some of the older PlayStation franchises that we used to play in the early 2000s, PS1, PS2 stuff, might be fun. But is that something that you guys are interested in at all? Or is it like, okay, you're just here for the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff? Like, would you, if I did like, I don't know, if I did like a challenge run in like a Digimon game or something, just to name like an example, would you be interested in that, or is that not correlating with your interest at all? Kind of have to do a little bit of market research, if you catch my drift. Because I know what I like, but it's always a bit of a tricky thing to kind of assess the average viewer of your fan base and what they like. But it's an important thing to think about as a content creator, you know? So what I'm trying now is I want to, exactly what I said, I want to bait his Kaminari Kazo to do this. Attack our symbol. Luckily for us, we have the advantage, so less damage. And what that means in this case is we can one-hit it. That's beautiful. Now, honestly, with the large health pools we have, we could cross these thunder fields, these cable fields, and just force his Scorpion, but I think I'll just stay on this particular time. I think Tristan will be beat in 5 minutes, to tell the truth. Maybe we need 10 because, you know, the duel has to actually kind of happen. We need to process it, but this will not take long. There's no way in hell this takes long. Duke is a different story, though. He's moving back, dude. Are you serious now? Are you serious, man? Okay. Zwaren says, I watch some Digimon, but I already follow some Digimon Worlds channels, so it's a given. Okay, that's fun. I'm not really into that game yet. I never played the original Digimon World, but it's something I would like to tackle just to see how it is. Although I know the game is brutal if you don't know what you're doing. But that's exactly kind of what I would like to try. Maybe like a playing Digimon World for the first time in 2026 or something. Like some people do content like that. But I think that would be a game where you could do this because it's crazy enough to do it. 100 damage, that's fine. Excuse me. The only Digimon game I really have memories of, there's a couple. The Rumble Arena games, the fighting games, which are pretty cool looking at least back in the day. I don't know if they're actually that fun to play, but... And the Digimon World Data Squad, of all things, was a PS2 game that I think wasn't very good, and also not really in line with the other Digimon World games, but... It's a bit of a weird thing. It's like, belongs to the series because of its name, but gameplay-wise apparently not. I don't know. Okay, he'll move that, and we'll be able to dodge him, but still, let's get a save state just in case. Guys, this is payback for the Joey fight. They just could love that game. Yeah, I also, when I remember it from playing it as a kid, it was cool. But was that a good game? I honestly have no idea. Sorry, not much help with anime games, but super interested to see how this plays out. Oh yeah, fair enough. So you're not that much into anime games like that. That's fair. That is fair, but are you like generally not really into anime, imagine? Like generally speaking, or is Yu-Gi-Oh like a particularly special interest for you, or how come? Let's place it here. Okay, 67 damage. That's really negligible. Guys, this duel is over. How long did this take? GG. The PS1 and PS2 Age of Obscure Mechanics. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Dragon Ball Z. Also quite a few games you can play there. Okay, yeah, like anime, just haven't played many games. I mean, fair enough. I also haven't played that many myself. Yeah, okay, but Tristan was a given. Collating Tristan with one, I would have bet money that this is possible. The question is how the next fight will go, and will be, because I think I'll stream for like a bit less than an hour, maybe like 40, 45 minutes or something. Can I beat Duke in that time? Probably not, but maybe we can get far enough. I would like to find out. Make a couple save states, just in case. I think we need a minimum of 3 Sword Axe of Dragons. Maybe more. 5th and 6th generation were a goldmine of unique games from all genres. I mean, there were a lot of licensed games in general, so that it was a given that they'd experiment. If they didn't, we wouldn't have the absolute gem that is this game. Pokemon is very big. That's fair enough. That's fair enough, dude. That's fair. I never really played Pokemon games, to be honest. So I don't think I could really make interesting challenges or videos on them, but might give it a try. But then the problem with Pokemon is, like, the way I'm thinking about this, and maybe I'm uttering complete nonsense here because I'm not a very experienced content creator, but the way I'm thinking this is, sorry, when can we get new dinos in this run? Area 2, so we have to beat the first 5 opponents. And then we can beat Rex. Rex has the twin-headed King Rex, or what it's called. We have... What are the other dinosaurs? 2, I think we have to buy from the store or something. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of them. Fair enough. Like, anime games, One Piece has games, even older ones, but I never played them. There's a ton of Naruto games, obviously, from that PS2 age forward. The Dragon Ball games, obviously. Other than that, I'm not that big on these titles, but, you know. What I was about to say is, when I think about target demographics for certain, like, franchises and game interests, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is an anime-based game, so other people who like anime stuff and play other anime type of games might be interested in them. But then again, something like Forbidden Memories is a PS1 classic, so people who played other PS1 classics, like the Tomb Raider series, like, I don't know, Crash Bandicoot Rayman and stuff, maybe also played Forbidden Memories, maybe no other Yu-Gi-Oh! Games at all, maybe haven't touched Yu-Gi-Oh! As a franchise besides that, but they might have played Forbidden Memories. Which is why Forbidden Memories, for example, as a game to cover, either a challenge or a video essay or speedrunning, is so lucrative, because so many people, even outside of the franchise, know about it. Or like, I don't know, Duels of the Roses. Even this game is from this obscure PS2 generation, where so many weird things were released. Some people might know about this game randomly, just because, you know. Tomb Raider, dude, that would be crazy. I'm not big on Tomb Raider myself, but my sister, who also introduced me to gaming in a way because she had a PlayStation, I think when I was born, around that age. Without her interest in video games at a young age, I wouldn't be here at all. So big shout out to my sister. Love you. And thank you for thank you for having a PlayStation when I was around, so I could get into all of these. Dude, we used to play Crash Bash together. And she would play Tomb Raider, I would watch, and we would play Rayman, the first Rayman, just brutally hard together. And we had a TV where the screen was cropped on Rayman, so sometimes we couldn't even see the few bottom centimeters. It was insane. The early Balkan gaming experience was wild. Pokemon is boring challenge-wise. Nuzlocke challenges, yeah, fair enough. Okay, I never watched these because I have no affiliation with Pokemon, but thank you for reminding me, dude. This is what I was gonna say. Pokemon has basically no relation to these other things. I feel like Nintendo as a genre, if you can call it that, is its own ballpark thing. People who watch Pokemon challenge runs likely also watch Mario challenge runs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my assumption. That's what I believe as a viewer myself on YouTube. So, if I want to stay in a niche of games that have some affiliation with each other in terms of like anime, Japanese style inspired stuff, but are of the same systems like the PlayStation systems, etc., I think you can't really mix those with like Pokemon or stuff. I mean, Pokemon probably works because it's popular in general, but I don't really think these audiences have a big crossover. You know what I mean? It's so overdone at the moment. Okay, that's good to hear, because I don't think I would ever want to touch that, because I'd have to get into the franchise and learn the games, and it's not really what I'm interested in anyway. So maybe it's good that I'm not participating. Can we beat Duke with 3 of these? Is the question we should be asking ourselves now. And it depends on how much damage we can do with to Karibo. But I'm gonna go to limit say I think we can. You would disagree Pokemon is universal. Maybe Pokemon is so big that it doesn't matter. Maybe you're right. But think of it like this. The other way around. If you're a Pokemon creator and now all of a sudden you want to cover like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Digimon game. How many people will naturally find these videos? How many of your Pokemon audience people would watch the other ones? Maybe I'm underestimating this right now, but in my mind, these audiences might not overlap as much as you'd think. I could be completely wrong, of course. Nintendo fans are rough. Yeah, probably best we stay. I mean, you said that, but yeah, maybe it's the truth. I don't know. I posted a Nintendo Switch video. Okay, yeah, imagine you do some like handheld console reviews and stuff like that. I've seen that with your wife, right? And you got troubling responses from Nintendo fans. Is what I'm getting from a comment. That doesn't sound too great. Doesn't sound like a lot of fun. Pokemon Legacy, okay, interesting. So I don't even know what game you're talking about when you say that. I have no idea. Or you mean like generally Legacy titles, like all the titles? Dude, for those of you who are living in Austria or countries where you have access to a Lidl, maybe Aldi has the same brand. There's like a soup, like these. The soup, usually for children, right? But they're like little noodles with lettuce. And there's like a soup in like a pack. You just throw it into 750 milliliters of water. You cook it for 8 minutes. And it's so delicious. It's so good. Like, especially when you're trying to go like on a calorie deficit. I think the whole pack of soup has like 180 calories. And it's like almost a liter of soup and a little bit of noodles. It's so good. Eat that almost every evening now. Got a lot of... I mean, yeah, if you cover popular games, you can get a lot of views. But then again, you need the algorithm to pick up your video instead of the million other videos on the same topic. So that's also a bit of a challenge, isn't it? I have no idea what I'm going to do against Duke. Honestly, I have no... And I hate this fight because it's always so difficult to predict. And I don't like the map. I think it's cool that this map exists and the fight exists because it shows you early on how this game needs to be played in terms of like thinking ahead and strategies and yada yada, but this duel is gonna hurt. I can already see it. He would move here to attack, but I don't want him to attack yet. If it wasn't obvious already. I would really prefer if he didn't. This is going to be bad. We might need 4 monsters to do this. Okay, maybe something like this. I don't know. RPGs does age way better than action games. Yeah, the Tomb Raider controls probably didn't. Okay, 130 is not too bad. That's like Joey level of damage. I overestimated the amount of difference that the attribute advantage would make. But it's a bit of a stupid position for us. We need 3 attacks. That's brutal. Okay, but I guess what I need to do is just get rid of bodies quickly. Okay, how can I block the most amount of attacks? I need to move away from it because this Kariba is going to sneak up behind us. This thing... Excuse me, maybe like this? Maybe if we push his symbol or something, I don't know. Maybe we can do something there, I don't know. You think I've got this? Honestly, I'm not too sure about that. But I appreciate the enthusiasm. My symbol is tanking a lot of damage right now. A lot of damage. Next time we're dead. But let's see if I can do something about that. This sucks, not being able to get rid of that Karibo. And I can't move over it because of that. Okay, that's a shame. I mean, what we could do is... Okay, let me see. Okay, no, wait a second. We'll load this back. Do I want his Karibo to be positioned here? I kind of do, because then I can dish out 3 attacks the next round. What if we just try that? Yeah, 3 attack kills with the limitation, but again, I think it's too important for the core identity of this attribute, so we'll probably keep it like that for now. Okay, we can't get rid of that one Karibo because okay, maybe wait a second. What if we do this? Gonna be Okay, I can't get a triple attack anyway, but maybe this is the better strategy overall anyway. All of this feels wrong with our Tor. I know, Emil, I know. I miss him too, but he's not... He doesn't have Dino DNA, dude. He doesn't. Like, we can't get around that fact. No Dino DNA. I know it's a shame. It's truly bothering me as well, you can believe that. But that's the reality. That's the truth. Okay. I mean, I guess Karibo's matches because they also need... Do they need 3 attacks or 4 to get rid of us? I mean, the level 2... wait a minute. I can't attack that. That's troubling. Will I move the symbol? That's an important question. But I kind of think the answer is no. Maybe I'll move it here. I think I'll move it over here, actually. Yeah, let's do that for what it's worth. Which is probably not a lot, but... so which pieces are allowed? Dinosaurs. 5. With the unused monster we're using right now, it's 5. And the plan is to use as few of these unused Sword Arm of Dragons as possible. But something's telling me that some fights will require a few of them, and I hope we can get away with only using 3 in quotations. Only 3, that's still quite a bit, I know. Okay, but we will get rid of Karibo here. And the rule is also I have to obtain all dinosaurs in the game, flat out. That's required. But I think I will rather get rid of this piece, because then we have 1 attacking body less. 1 fewer body that can attack. Okay. But do I move this thing? I think I will, because then this Karibo can't escape somewhere else. I could troll him and put the symbol here. I think I'm going to do that. Isn't that Fire Chicken a dinosaur? I don't think so. I can check again, but I don't think. I was about to say this almost seemed a bit too easy. Maybe we could have done it with 2 pieces, but we lose 1. But that's okay. That's the risk we took. That's fine. I think we can still do it. Or can we? Let's change a different slot. How much damage do we do here? Oh, that's 3 attacks. That's not great. Yeah, I don't like this at all. Oh yeah, that's a problem. Okay, this is a big problem. I can't lose that 1 monster. You know why? Because Kariba's also diagonal only. So we need to keep it. So I'll probably have to prioritize getting rid of Karibos. And not necessarily the Steel Scorpion. Yeah, exactly. 5 armed dragon soon. Yeah, maybe. Perhaps. We'll see about that. So I need to think. He will... I might need to put the symbol here after all. Okay, the music is out. What the hell? Dude, 70 damage that this thing is gone the next turn. What's kind of problematic here is this will not destroy it. But 1 more attack on it will. He will destroy our piece, won't he? Okay, no, he's going for the symbol. That's amazing. Because now we got Duke in a strange situation. We can barely, but we can destroy this 1 Karibo that's threatening us, and we blocked the other paths forward for his Karibo. He can't move this way, he can't move to this position. So what I can do now is I can just push Duke and get rid of his symbol, and all of our sword arms of dragons will survive. Okay, put a random shuffle on. Now we have music again. Yeah, I think we can do that. No. Just gotta be careful that we don't run into a trap or something where we don't want to be. Because we can't take another hit on our symbol. That would be completely detrimental to our health. This one has to stay there. Yeah, he can block us, but he's not going to do it. So far, at least. Come on, man. Come on. I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. Duke is done. We will have 3 opponents down. And the music is very fitting right now. That's okay. GG, guys. There it is. There is the win. Duke falls 3 Sword Arm of Dragons, but that's fine. We get the win, and opponent number 3 is down. Looking back, I don't think we would have been able to do this with 2. Level 3, that's amazing. Okay. Three opponents down. Nice. That's wonderful. Yeah, the sooner we get to Area 2 and we get a couple more dinosaurs, like 1 more at least, from Rex. Are there other dinosaurs? Let me just quickly think. Has this been the most challenging run yet? Probably, Margin. Probably. Another challenge I came up with yesterday is I was asking myself the whole time, what kind of character-based challenges can we do? Because the Tristan and the Grandpa challenges were very fun and... Excuse me. There's also a lot of jokes we can include when I make videos about these challenges, which is always nice. We're just going to check out Taya quickly. And I figured that there is a pretty cool way to do a Joey challenge. I don't know if I want to spoil it yet, but I have something fun in mind that fits really well for Joey, and also the fact that he's been degraded to the tutorial fight in this game and is using Fire Reapers like a monster he never played himself. Okay, Taya. How many do we need? Probably 3, right? Maybe we can do it with 2. I just want to see the situation. I want to assess the situation. Does Taya have diagonal only monsters? No. She doesn't. So we can go for the double tap strategy again. And the game manual, Flame, Viper, and Firegrass? That's weird. That's weird. But no baby dragon? Because fire makes sense for Joey, since Baby Dragon and Thousand Dragon both benefit from the fire symbol. They gain attack. It's a corresponding attribute, right? Fire and wind they have synergy. So it makes sense. It's just that they didn't give him any monsters. Like Flame Swordsman. I mean, those are too strong, of course, for the tutorial fight, but the synergy is there, you know? It could be there. But honestly, do you think Taya's gonna give us trouble? With Summer, I don't think so. What you have to consider is, Earth monsters gain a lot of PP when they level up. I think we'll double tap. Dude, we're easily gonna double tap Happy Lover. And then we already one monster. We have 1 monster down already then. 86, that's nothing. Wow. That's not bad. I think doing this with 2 of our dinosaurs will be pretty easy, honestly. I think this will be surprisingly easy, to tell the truth. But I think I should have put the symbol somewhere else. Maybe in a field where Scoundrel can attack it or something. But let's see. You could do a Pride of the Week challenge, where you essentially play the first monster in the album of every symbol for every opponent. Huh. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a bit more complex, but sounds like it could be a cool idea. Okay, screw it. I'm gonna tell you what my Joey idea was. So Joey, there's quite a few monsters that are particularly Joey monsters. Baby Dragon, Thousand Dragon, Flame Swordsman, the fusion materials for it, of course. Red Eyes you get after the campaign, but there's a few monsters, right? So what I was thinking was we could spin this into a little bit of like a a bit of a storyline or something, where Joey he's in the tournament, but he's lost his monsters or something, and then he kind of has to regain them back by beating opponents in the tournament. That's kind of the plot line, right? I'll tank one more attack so we can keep hitting on Skelligel. So the challenge would be we start off with his 4 Fire Reapers, but every time, like we have to obtain all monsters that are associated with Joey, and every time we obtain one of the monsters associated, we have to use it. And for every new monster that we get that is a Joey monster, one of the Fire Reapers has to leave permanently. So at the end of the day, we would end up without any Fire Reapers, but with a bunch of Joey monsters. So he kind of has to reconquer his own deck, if you will, in a sense. There's also an achievement run. We have to do an achievement run. But we might have to, I mean, depending on how tough the achievements are, I reckon they're probably not that easy, but maybe we can put even a little bit of extra spice on it or something. I'd have to go through the list of achievements and then see what we can do there. But as you can see, Taya with 2 of these is pretty easy. Maybe we could have done this with 1 even, but probably not, because then the damage would have been too big. And I think doing it with 2 is reasonable enough. That would be perfect, actually. I mean, from opponents, wait a minute. You need Flame Manipulator from Mai so you can get Flame Swordsman. Masaki, the Legendary Warrior, you get from the shop. Baby Dragon and Time Wizard you also get from the shop. So it's only really Mai who gives you fusion material you need. Aside from that, I think that's it. It's not many monsters again, so it's a bit of a scarce challenge, but I like the Joey theme behind it, because I think Joey being degraded to the tutorial fight is so unusual, so weird for this game. And maybe it's time he gets some payback, you know. That's what I was thinking. Otherwise, what we always can do is we can do something like a Blue Eyes challenge is definitely overdue. But starting with 1 copy of Blue Eyes or something like that. To try to make it as tough as possible. And maybe something like we have to fuse into Ultimate Blue Eyes before the campaign finishes or something. You know, we could think of something interesting. There is, of course, the possibility to do a wrong attribute challenge flat out. So we pick, I don't know, we pick Earth, and we can only use Thunder monsters. Always a possibility, and there's a few things have in mind that we can still do in this game before it gets boring, or before we really need to whip out the modding tool and get really creative, which we can always do. We already did, but you know what I mean. Because otherwise character-based challenges are tough because the other character lineups are too good. Like 4 Fire Reapers would be so powerful from the mid-game onwards that I think a Joey challenge only makes sense if we change things. If his deck has to change over the course of the run, and some monsters have to reset back to level 1 and stuff like that, or get swapped out. I think that could make it difficult enough to warrant a challenge, even like a video that could be fun to watch. But we'll see once it happens, you know. And guys, Taya is falling over just like that. What are we going to do against Grandpa is the question. I'm not even going to try to tackle a symbol or something because I want to kind of make up a little bit of the time that we lost against Joey. And because of the attack ranges of this monster, like, it would be way too tedious. This music hits really well now that we got a hang of things, and we're kind of clearing the opponents. Yeah, we're breezing. We're breezing through the opponents for sure. I mean, there's still like 6 minutes till 11, so if I kind of do a little bit longer than that, I think we might even be able to beat Grandpa. I just need to kind of quickly think, is it feasible to beat Grandpa with 2 copies? We have Darkness monsters as enemies, but we have a bit more attack now. However, one of these Darkness monsters is an Exodia arm with more PP, so that's definitely at least 3 attacks. But it's going to be 3 attacks, not 4. Here's a link for some of the photos of cut monsters. You mean like monsters that are cut from this game? I mean, there's if we consider things like unused monsters, there is Panther Warrior we've seen in the list, but maybe there's a few more as well. We could do something fun for the Joey challenge. I could sprinkle in a few of his monsters against some of the opponents. Some of the unused ones, like Phantom Warrior, I could give that to someone else. I could give him to Odeon. Is it Earth, I think? Panther Warrior, not Phantom Warrior. I could give that to Odeon or someone like that. Or like Pegasus, or I don't know. Like a later game opponent to kind of throw another curveball into the challenge. Let's see, Grandpa. 2 dinosaurs. 2 dinosaurs against 1 dinosaur. Let's see what happens. Gonna be a fair fight. Because maybe we can also just breeze through this fight as well, and then we'd have the first area cleared today. That would be really cool, considering the slow start that we had. For some reason, I'm still always picking the second to top left card, because years ago, I think on a GameFAQs forum, I read that this is always going to be a card that is higher than the one your opponent picks, which is absolute nonsense. It's not true at all, but that's what I read, you know? I'm sorry, dude, I didn't see the link. Maybe it doesn't show up. Maybe the chat automatically deletes it or something. But I can definitely check it out later, or maybe like in the next stream or something. We can take a look at it together. I just need to figure out diagonal only, yes. 1 Karibo. Okay, so we need to move to the other 2. Like here and here. Yeah, but that's fine. You know, we can check these ourselves, so we can get a clear picture of it. Lucky for us, there's no effect strength from Grandpa Symbol that would power up his Darkness monsters, so they'll probably do a bit less damage than Duke or something. Although I don't even know how big the effect strength stats are at this point in the game. Maybe they're not at all. Yeah, and I'm not using Restream now. I'm streaming directly to YouTube. Maybe that's also a bit of a difference in how the chat operates, but the cool thing is now we can have the stream in higher quality, like higher visual quality, and also because of the microphone changes, it's just a higher quality overall now, which I think is pretty good. Probably pretty nice for everyone involved. Will Kariba move to the left? I'm not sure. But I kind of want to risk it. Maybe I have to bait him a bit, but if I bait him like this, it's not the outcome that I would like. Come on, Grandpa, move Kariba, please. Okay, that's not the movement that I wanted. But I suppose it's the movement that we get. Oh, but if I do that, oh, we can't do that. Maybe we can. Screw it. Okay, it's a two-shot. Kariba's a two-shot. That's nice. The cutting room floor. Okay, fair enough. That sounds interesting. Yeah, we have... I always forget how much PP we have as Earth monsters, so no problem at all. We could tank the same damage again. It would not matter. Which is good because we probably will have to, but... Slot 5. We're speedrunning this shit. So I have to force his Exodiarm to get on a tile where we can attack it. Which is not that, but it's fine. We'll do that next turn. And how are we going to do that? I think he will move forward in order to attack the symbol. I hope. He won't. Alrighty. In that case, we have to play it a bit different. Is he going to do it now? No, he's not. Wow, what is he doing? That is interesting. Let's try this again. Okay, no, wait. Let's try it. Let's try it like this, because then it's out of reach. Take your time, Margin. There's no stress. Okay, no, he's still in reach. What was I thinking? That's so peculiar. What's he gonna do now? Now I'm curious. Okay, yeah, he does the thing that's really kind of bad for us. Okay, this fight is sounding interesting now. All of a sudden. I think I have to do something like this. It's weird though. This Exodiarm is gonna cause us some trouble. For sure. Okay, I'll try to bait him like this, I think. Okay, maybe something like this. Maybe we have to kind of put a bit of a halt in his tracks. Because he was doing way too much damage way too quickly, for my liking. So I'm thinking now he has to move either one of those. And I can probably do this and probably do this. Yeah, it's a 2-shot. So your challenge available roster would be Happy Lava Karibo, Haniva, Steel Scorpion, Fire Reaper, Psychic Kappa, Dancing Elf, and Petite Moth. Okay. No evolving. Interesting. Yo, are you kidding me, dude? Okay, that's not the answer, it seems. If that's the case, then so shall be it. I mean, we can play this game completely differently. That's not a problem. I do think we can outpace and outdamage him. So if it comes to that, that's not an issue at all. Oh my god, I didn't see that. Grandpa is a sneaky little MF. Wow. You don't get to use the 2 which benefit from... Okay, that's quite the challenge, I think, then. Oh my god. This is bad. I don't know if we can recover from this, to tell you the truth. But Pride of the Week sounds like a fun concept, dude. Our symbol is dead. I have to play this differently. Can I load in even earlier than this? But I don't think it makes a lot of sense. The problem is I don't remember what the hell I was doing here. But that makes no sense. What was I thinking? But wait, isn't that exactly what the next save state would have been about? Yeah, it is. I mean, we could try a bit of a different strategy, you know? But I don't think that's going to work out the way I would like. I was considering either removing the monster same as your symbol. I suppose so. If you have the weak options available, it's going to be a hindrance. At least that's from the way it sounds right now. Come on, Grandpa, I really need to get rid of this bastard. Okay, but what if we just said, screw it, mister, and I would just straight up running towards him with everything I have. Just you know, for fun. What would happen? Okay, the moth does a hefty amount of damage, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's not... We're not gonna succeed like this. Okay. I knew the Exodiarm is gonna throw us off completely. The arm can attack. It can't attack. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Grandpa in a bit. That's true. That is a reasonable statement. I would just like to beat him too, so we can get this over with. Let's see if he takes this bait. Come on, dude, come on. No, he's focusing it. He's focusing it entirely. Okay, but what if we do something else? But I need to think and move ahead at least. He might go for this one, so the damage is at least a bit split. That's one attack. That's two attacks. Fine. Fine with me. Okay, so if I place the symbol here... But this thing needs to finish off Karibo, otherwise we have no chance. I wanted to double tap, but I mean, as it turns out now, double tapping didn't really work out, so we might have to change the strategy to not do that at all. You think that might be smarter? Right. But wait a minute. What if we could double tap? Please attack the symbol, dude. Okay, Grandpa's no moron. He recognizes this. And he... Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll take another like 5 minutes or something to try this out, and then I really have to go. But I just want to see if this is a worthwhile strategy. That is a fair suggestion, Emil. I think you're onto something this time. Okay, let's see. I should have saved to that slot first. That's the thing. I do also have to say I'm playing a bit rapidly because I'm already a bit tired and I would just like to get this over with Grandpa. But that's probably not the right way to approach this. I don't have to beat him today at all. That's not the major concern. I would just feel pretty good to clear the first area. You know what I mean? What's he gonna do about this now? Okay. Okay, that's alright. I can live with that. Okay, okay, we got this, people. We got this. So now... we get rid of Kariba? We attack the arm before the Cockroach Knight or whatever it's called. I need 3 attacks for this thing. 3. Maybe like this? That's gonna depend a bit on what... okay, he wants to keep attacking this one. That's okay. I mean, I could keep these positions like this. But I could also move. I could do something like this also. That was a wrong move. I have to keep it there so I can attack Exodia's arm when it moves to the different diagonal position. And that's fine. I think this is it. Because once we get rid of Exodia's arm, which we do now, I think we got this. We got this, guys. I'm fairly certain. Because the attack ranges of his monsters are also so bad now that even if he reaches them with one, he can't reach them with the other because he can't jump over my symbol. I think this is the solution. And now, he could have threatened me by keeping the moth on this position to kind of threaten an attack if I stay here with... but on the other hand, not really, because I could have just blocked the path regardless. And we get to level up, dude. Nice. Sadly, this doesn't heal any health for us, but... okay, but now we're still running a bit low on PP, I have to say. I have to think about how we approach the final turn. So it's still a bit of a okay, no, that was wrong. That was the wrong play. We have to move further away with this, for sure. Because then he moves closer. We deal an attack. Okay, this is getting tricky. Yeah, attacking from Red Squares, I don't know if I can prioritize this at the moment. That's a bit of a problem I have right now. I could do this, though. I could force him to spread out his damage. Okay, I think this was the right call. I can't prove it yet, but I think it was. This is a close fight, Jesus, but we'll get it. So now we need to protect our... this moth. But is this enough? No, because all of our pieces are moments away from destruction. Oh my god. I have to sacrifice one of them. I have to. It's the only way we can do this. Oh my god. But the question is, how will the next turn play out then? He will go for the attack, obviously. Destroy it. I need to bait him onto field where... Damn it, dude. That's depressing. Or should I have done it differently, maybe? Maybe I would have needed to have done it differently. Because now I can't go anywhere except for this side, but what will he do as a response? Yeah, not what I would need. Yeah, but of course he's always going to do the one that's not beneficial to me, right? I don't know if there's a way to win this now. Okay, guys. I'll have to concede to Grandpa because it's getting a bit too late for me. But we can win with 2 dinosaurs, for sure. For sure, we can do this. But I will end the stream right now because it's getting a bit late. I'm getting a bit tired of my voice as well. But anyways, we accomplished a lot, even due to this. Even with the slow start we had against Joey, we defeated 4 opponents, all so close to getting 5 opponents. The first area cleared. We'll do that next time. Thank you to everybody who joined us today in the chat, in the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my channel for any videos you might have missed, especially the last one, the Forbidden Memories one. Give that a go. More is coming soon. And if you're interested in some slightly other topics, go make sure to check out my other channel, Dinosaur. New video dropping tomorrow over there. And I hope I'll see you guys very soon again, hopefully even next week for another stream. Until then, have a great evening, have a great rest of the week, and I will see you soon. Take care.